Hello everybody, welcome to our today's session. Children, today we will start the first chapter of moral science, that is perfume. So I am explaining I am telling you one story. You have to take interest and listen the story, and we have to learn a moral from that story. I will start. If you have textbook, then you open. Once there lived a young man in a city. He was very poor but full of self control. He could not be easily provoked as he could control his senses. So, provoke means stimulate to someone, otherwise induce. In Hindi, uksana, bhadkana. So, once there lived a young man in a city and he was very self control, means he was not having any type of bad habit. He was keeping his senses under his control and he could not be easily provoked. उसको कोई भी भड़का नहीं सकता था, उकसा नहीं सकता था. The young man worked hard for many days and with all his savings made a bottle of perfume. Since he did not have enough money, he could not prepare them on a large scale. Means the young man, he was working since many days to make a small bottle of perfume. But as he was poor, he did not have enough money to prepare the perfume in large quantity. So that's why he made the perfume bottle, and that bottle was very small. Now that he had prepared a bottle of perfume, he wanted to find a customer who could buy his product. So he went from one stockist to another, but no one was prepared to buy his product. So as he has prepared the bottle of perfume, so he want a customer. That customer should buy his perfume and he could get some money. So with this purpose, aim, he has started to wander in the market from one stockist to another. Stockist means a retailer. But nobody was ready to buy his product. After a series of disappointment, he went to one of the biggest stockists in the city. He waited there for a long time to meet the stockist, but in vain. Vain means useless, futile. Finally, he found find out his way into the stockist's room and requested him at least to see his product, since the stockist was busy and the young man's product was a new one. The stockist asked him, approach some other stockist. So as the young man, he went to one big stockist in the city and he found out that room of the stockist and he has requested to him, please, once you see my product and then you purchase. But the stockist was very busy and he told to him that you could approach to someone else. Approach means you could ask to somebody else. I don't want to purchase your perfume. When the young man requested him again and again to help him, the stockist got angry and pushed him out of his room. So when the young man, he was requesting to the stockist, to the retailer, he got angry and he pushed him out of his room. While being pushed out of the stockist's room, the young man dashed against a lady and dropped the perfume bottle which he was holding. It broke into pieces, and all his labor, all his saving, all his hopes and dreams went smashing down. He was now left with no money to make another bottle of perfume. He was fumed with rage, but control his anger. He did not lose his temper. Children, here understand the meaning of this paragraph. The stockist, he was pushed by the owner of that shop or the retailer. Then the young man, he was dashed against the lady, and his bottle of perfume which he was holding, that broken into several pieces, and his perfume fell down. All his saving, his dreams, his hopes, his desire, his labor, that everything smashed down. It was uh, break it was broke, and his efforts became vain. He was now left with no money. He was not having any money with him to make the another bottle of perfume. So he got angry, but he controlled his anger. He did not lose his temper. He did not shouted on the owner of that shop. While he was staring at the broken bottle of perfume, which shattered his hopes and dreams, something unexpected happened. He found there was a big rush at the stockist's room, which was crowded by the ladies present over his shop. The young man did not understand the cause for the commotion. So, as the stockist, he has controlled his anger. He did not allow his temper to lose. And when he was staring his broken bottle, that time he found that suddenly an unexpected thing happened. What was that unexpected thing? A big crowd, big rush was found at the outside of the stockist's room, that retailer's room. And that crowd was of all ladies, those were present over the shop. And that ladies, they were asking one thing to that retailer, that stockist. What was that thing? See. He was surprised to find the stockist who was asked him to accompany him, so to his room. So the young man, he got shocked that just now the stockist, he pushed me out of his room. He got very angry on me. Now suddenly he has changed his attitude, and he was asking me to give a company to the shopkeeper, to the stockist. As soon as they reached the room, the stockist made him sit on the sofa with respect and asked him how many bottles of the perfume he could supply him immediately. The young man stood amazed at the change attitude of the stockist. So that stockist, he said to the young man to sit on the sofa. With very respect, he made him sit. Then he asked one question, that how many bottles of the perfume will you give to me immediately? I want it. That young man, he was shocked to see the change attitude of the retailer. Then the young man said, I am sorry. The young man said to the stockist, I treated, then I am sorry. That I am sorry, young man. This is the sentence of the stockist. He said, I treated you badly. Anyhow, it was a blessing in disguise of you. So that stockist, he got ashamed on his behavior, on his rude behavior, cruel behavior, and he apologized his mistake, and he was asking to the young man that you are like a blessing for me. When you dropped the bottle, the perfume spread all over the place. All the ladies present in my shop rushed into my room and insisted on getting this perfume immediately. Could you help me? Then the stockist told the reason why he is giving respect to that young man. He says that when you fall, the when that perfume bottle has fell down, that time the fragrance of your perfume spread all over the area, and the ladies which were present, they rushed in my room and asking, showing the desire to purchase the perfume immediately. So the stockist was asking, how many bottles of perfume will you give me now? The young man's joy knew no bounds. Means there was no limitation of happiness to the young man. But he wondered how he could supply huge quantities of perfume without resources. That young man was wondered, but he was little confused also, because he was having no money. Then how he could prepare another bottle of perfume without resource means without any money. When he expressed his inability due to lack of finance, the stockist readily agreed to advance the money required for the production of the perfume. Then, as the young man, he honestly said what is his problem, that he was not having any type of capital with him. Capital means money with him. Then the retailer, the stockist, he has shown him the hope of ray, that yes, I am ready to offer you the advance money to prepare the perfume's bottle. Soon the young man began the production of perfume on a large scale and started supplying the requirements of the stockist. He gradually rose up and became one of the leading businessmen in the city. So the young man, he has started to supply the bottle of perfume regularly to the stockist, and in this way the young man became very successful businessman in the city. So children, here from this moral story we have learned some morals. What are that? Number 1, we should not lose our temper. We have to control our sense in any condition, any situation. Number 2 moral, we could not give up our confidence. We have to regularly work hard. We could not lose our sincerity. And third thing, that where is will there is way. If you are having desire to do something, then of course God will give you success in your work. So children, here our first story, perfume, that has completed. Now here some questions are given that we will discuss in our next session. Thank you very much.